A very warm welcome to all my dear students to Sudharma's Physics Classroom. We are on chapter Motion from CBSE Grade 9. In the previous video, we have discussed about what is motion and we learned the definition of motion and we learned two important terms, distance and displacement. Now, let's go ahead and learn motion in detail. So today we are going to study about uniform and non-uniform motion. So what do you mean by uniform and non-uniform motion? Before coming to the definition of that, let's analyze this table given here. So we have the time given, distance traveled by object A in meters and distance traveled by object B in meters. Okay, so we have two objects A and B. So the distance traveled by them in this time intervals is given here. So let's check what is the situation for object A. 9:30 to 9:45 a.m. There is a time interval of 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes. So the distance traveled by A in that 15 minutes is 20 minus 10, that is 10 meters. Now let's take the next 15 minutes, say 9:45 to 10 a.m. So it is 20 to 30. That means again 10 more meter it is traveling. Say let's say 10 to 10:15. There again we have 15 minutes interval. So it's traveling 30 to 40, right? That means again 10 meter it's traveling. Okay. So when you check all these values for A, in 15 minutes interval of time, it is traveling 10 meters. Now let's check the condition for B, right? So what is happening for B? So in the first 15 minutes, it's traveling 12 to 19, right? That means how much distance it is traveling in that 15 minutes time interval? 19 minus 12, 7 meters. Now, in the next, say let me take 10 and 10:15. So 23, initially at 10 a.m. it was 23. Now when it is 10:15, it is 35. That means 12 meters it traveled. Then when you check the next set of 15 minutes, you can see that in that 15 minutes interval of time, object B is traveling different distances, right? It is not traveling like our object A. Object A, in each of that 15 minutes interval of time, it was traveling 10 meters each. But here it is different. See, when 10:15 to 10:30, it is just traveling only 2 meters, right? So it is not equal distances traveled by this object during the same time interval. So here we are comparing two objects in with respect to the time duration. Okay. So from those observations, we can come to a definition of uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So we can say that if a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, okay, think about the situation of object A in that example. So we can say that the body is in uniform motion. Okay, if a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, the body is said to be in uniform motion. So this year onwards, we will have some graphical representation for each terms. Okay, so we are going to understand distance time graph. Distance traveled by the object is taken along y-axis and time taken for that traveling, that is taken along x-axis. We call it as distance time graph. So if the body is undergoing uniform motion, then the distance time graph will be a straight line. Okay, it is distance time graph. So the distance time graph for an object undergoing uniform motion, it is a straight line. Okay, so what is the significance of this distance time graph? We are going to learn in detail throughout the chapter. We will be learning distance time graph, displacement time graph. We will be reducing some equations using these types of graphs. Okay, so here from the slope of the distance time graph, you will get the speed of this object. Okay, slope of this distance time graph, slope will give you the speed. Now comes the question, what is speed, right? We are going to define and learn it today itself. Okay, now what is non-uniform motion? We have seen in the case of object B, it was traveling unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Okay, be very careful on the terms. if a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in non-uniform motion. So we had that time interval of 15 minutes as a comparison for object A and B, and object A traveled equal distances in equal intervals of time. So object A is undergoing uniform motion, and object B traveled different unequal distances in that equal intervals of time. So object B undergoes non-uniform motion. Okay, so how do you represent that motion in the form of a graph? If the object is undergoing non-uniform motion, then the distance time graph is going to be a curve. It's not going to be a straight line. Okay, so here we can say that at any instant we can check at what is the distance traveled by that object. So similar to our distance time graph for uniform motion, each and every point we will not get the same slope. Here we will have different slopes or different speeds for different time durations. So we say that we can get the average speed between 2 points. You can take 2 points here and draw a straight line between those 2 points, then take the slope of the graph. You will get the average speed of that object. Okay, so for uniform motion, the distance time graph is going to be a straight line, and non-uniform motion, the distance time graph is going to be a curve. Now I told that there is the slope of this distance time graph will give you the speed, but we need to know what is speed, right? So speed, what is speed? We know when a vehicle travels really fast, we know that is having more speed, right? But how do we define speed? So we can say that speed is equal to distance traveled by time taken. Okay, distance traveled by time taken. Okay, distance traveled by time taken. So total distance traveled divided by total time taken, and speed is denoted by the letter V. V is equal to distance by time. Distance is denoted by the letter S and time is represented by T. So speed is equal to S by T. Okay. Now what will be the unit of speed? Distance is measured in meters, right? And time is measured in seconds. So unit will be meter per second. So this is the SI unit of speed. But when we talk about vehicles moving, right, we don't say it is traveling in meter per second. So what unit we use in that case? We use the kilometer per hour, right? The unit is kilometer per hour. This is the higher unit of speed. We can use the unit kilometer per minute, kilometer per second, different units we can use. But when we solve the numericals, we have to make sure everything is in the same system of unit. Okay. So speed is distance traveled by time taken, total the distance covered by the object by time taken, that gives you the speed of the object. Now this equation we can use when the object is undergoing uniform motion, because throughout the journey the speed is going to be a constant. But what if the object is undergoing non-uniform motion? In that case, the object is traveling different distances in different time intervals, right? So we can say that average speed of an object or average speed of a vehicle, that is equal to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Okay, total distance traveled by total time taken by the object. So when you are given a question, say initially 10 meters it traveled in 5 minutes, then after that another 15 meters it is traveling in 3 minutes. Okay, so calculate the average speed of that. So we just add all those distances and divide it by the total time taken. Time is given in that question and we just add it, then divide total distance traveled by total time taken. You will get the average speed. And remember that this is applicable for the object which undergoes non-uniform motion, because there is no constant speed for the object in that situation. So we have to take the average of it. And remember, I told you, when you take 2 points in that distance time graph for the uniform motion, then draw a straight line between those 2 points, take the slope of that. No need to worry about how the graph looks like and how do you take the slope of the graph. I'll be doing a separate video for solving the graph based questions. It's very, very important this year. Okay, we need to know how we can solve questions based on graph. Now let's do a question here. A train A traveled a distance of 120 km in 3 hours, whereas another train B traveled a distance of 180 km in 4 hours. Which train traveled faster? This is very simple, right? So distance traveled by A, I'm taking S traveled by A is equal to 120 km and time taken by train A is equal to 3 hours. Distance traveled by B is equal to 180 kilometers and time taken by B is equal to 4 hours. So let's say what is the speed of A? Speed is equal to distance traveled by time taken. That means 120 kilometer divided by 3 hours. So 120 kilometer by 3 hours, you will get 40 kilometer per hour. Similarly, we can calculate the speed of train B. That's equal to 180 kilometer divided by 4 hours, right? So once you solve this, you will get the value as 45 kilometer per hour. So speed of A is 40 kilometer per hour, speed of B is 45 kilometer per hour. So we can say that who is faster here? The train B, right? So speed of B is greater than speed of train A. So B is faster than A. This is how we calculate it. Okay. See, in this case, we need not convert any units into meter per second here because it's a comparison question. Okay. Both the values are given in kilometer and hour, and both the values we calculated in kilometer per hour, right? So we don't have to do any conversions here, but in actual numericals, when we do with speed, velocity, acceleration, etc., we will have to solve all the questions in SI unit. We have to convert everything into SI unit. So in the coming class, we'll be talking about velocity and acceleration, and we will learn a trick to convert that kilometer per hour into meter per second. Because if the value is given in kilometer per hour, we should be able to convert it into meter per second, right? So we will be doing all those questions in the next class, and we will have to solve a lot of sums. Okay, so read the textbook and learn what is the definition of, for uniform motion and non-uniform motion, and definition of speed, distance traveled by time. Average speed we can calculate when the object is undergoing non-uniform motion, and practice the questions. Okay, I'll be coming with a lot of questions in the coming videos. So please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so that you get updates for the new lessons. So let's learn about velocity and acceleration in detail in the coming videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next class. Bye.